In this next video on spring cleaning or spring detoxing your body, we're going to focus on stopping the RE-TOX or stopping the reaccumulation of toxins. Too many people focus on doing a detox cleanse or doing something and then going right back to their bad habits that bring more toxins in. So I'm going to tell you that it's way more powerful to avoid toxins than it is to try to speed up detoxification. Okay? So just to reiterate that, your first step in starting your detoxification plan is actually to stop the RE-TOX. Because once again, your body cannot detoxify stored toxins inside of your tissue if you've got new incoming toxins coming at you. So the first step is avoiding the incoming toxins, and the four products I like to break it down, or four categories I like to break it down into, is clean air, clean food, clean water, and clean products. So we're going to go through each one, and this is not meant to be an in-depth way to completely clean your home, but hopefully I'll give you some broad things to look at and take home. Just to remind you that the first step is avoiding toxins before you try to remove stored toxins. That's the last time I'm going to say that, I think. So the first category that comes up is clean air. And I've got a picture of an air doctor. I've got several in my office, several in my home. It's my preferred air filter. I have no claim for them or get anything from them. But the reason why I like them the best is because they're one of the few air filters that actually has an ultra HEPA filter. So everyone knows about a HEPA filter, and if you read any filter out there, they'll all say it gets mold spores and pollens and allergens, but tiny little chemicals are actually smaller than those. So what they're not telling you is, by the way, we're not getting VOCs, volatile organic chemicals. We are not getting mold toxins, because mold toxins are tiny little gases. It gets the spores, but not the toxins. And so whatever air filter you want to buy, what you want to look for is an ultra HEPA filter, and that gets down to the 0.003 microns. Most regular HEPA filters just gets down to, I think, 0.3, maybe 0.03. But if you don't get down to that tiniest little particle size, then you're not going to get it all. The things that you'll get from a regular HEPA filter are cleaning the particles out, but if you want to get the ultra HEPA, that's what takes you down to the chemicals level, the VOCs, carpet and rug things, flame retardants, which are embedded in all of our furniture and clothing, which is why the labels have to say it for California. California put in some stipulations that if there's flame retardants and things, it's listed on the label. Next is clean water. Clean water is probably one of the biggest ones, easiest to fix and easiest way to reduce toxic burden, reduce the RE-TOX. And so I'm going to tell you some really simple ways to clean your water that are easily affordable, and you may not have even considered it. First step is, if you want to get clean water, is countertop filtration. You can either get a Berkey filter, which is a big stainless steel filter. It's a carbon filter. That gets most toxins out. Great. If you want to go a step further, reverse osmosis is always considered the best water. So there are countertop reverse osmosis filters. This one's called AquaTrue. And so you can get an AquaTrue filter and drink all of your water through the AquaTrue filter. That would be fantastic. One of my pet peeves is never, ever rely on your fridge as a filter for water. The fridge filter is basically there to remove sediment, so you're never going to have sand in your water if you're drinking it from the fridge, but it's usually not a carbon-based filter that's very aggressive and is going to get out chemicals and toxins. If you ever drink water out of a fridge, you can frequently still taste the plastics and things that are in it, especially if you compare it side to side of a reverse osmosis filter. So what I prefer in the kitchen, if you don't want to go the countertop route, is to do a reverse osmosis. You can see it buried under the kitchen counter, this gallon tank, and the filter's off to the right. What you'll get with a reverse osmosis system is a little spigot off to the side, so that your regular water where you're washing dishes and whatnot may not be a reverse osmosis, but all of your drinking and cooking water could come from the reverse osmosis tap. Now, ideally, if you can get a full home filter, that would be great, because then basically every drop of water that comes out of any pipe is basically pure, clean water. So in general, we consider water softeners are good. They get most chemicals out, just like a Berkey will, not quite to the reverse osmosis level. Well, I actually don't really recommend doing a reverse osmosis water filter in your house. It's unfortunately very wasteful of water, which is why it's good for drinking water, because we don't drink gallons and gallons, but as far as showers and toilets and things, they burn gallons and gallons of water. So if you have a reverse osmosis home filter, you actually waste a considerable amount of water just to clean the water. And so you would see your water bill spike. So water softeners are great. The thing that people frequently confuse, especially if you're on well water, is they'll go for UV filters and think they're cleaning the water. UV filters are only good for living, growing organisms. So sure, if you're getting well water and there's bacteria or something in it, the UV light will definitely kill that. If there's parasites, it will definitely kill that. But it will do nothing to the chemicals and toxins inside of the water. One of the filters we really like is Aquasana. If you add the Optim H2O part to it, you can see there's multiple stages in this water filtration system. The final stage of Optim H2O is supposed to get that 0.03 or 0.003 microns. I forget the level on that one. It's not the same as air. And so, so that gets as many chemicals as you can possibly get out of a water filter without doing the reverse osmosis. So the main take-home message with home filtration and water filtration is do the best you can, start somewhere and build from there. One thing that's frequently forgotten is that we shower and bathe in the same water that comes out of our city tap. And so if your skin is one of the largest organs of your body, and if you're putting toxic water on it, you better believe that you're going to absorb those toxins out of it. Seems a little crazy, but the two options you have for that is you can actually buy a tub filter to put on your spigot, and you can also buy a little shower filter to put on there. And I believe I put the names over here. Yeah, so for the bathtub filter, I like the CWR Enviro filter. And then for a shower filter, this is an Aqua Bliss multi-stage shower filter. Once again, I have no claims to any of these. These are just what we recommend to our patients. Last but not least, and potentially the worst offender of them all, is our clean products. So unfortunately, we put tons of things in our skin, from creams and lotions to soaps and shampoos, to cosmetics and everything in between. So the thing to remember is that everything you put in your body can potentially be toxic. So make wise choices. Of course, don't go throwing everything out, but don't think just because something has a green label or has a leaf on it doesn't mean it's healthy and free of toxins. Marketing has done a really good job at making products look healthy and look clean, and they're absolutely not. So the EWG Environmental Working Group created this app called Think Dirty. And this Think Dirty app, you can basically look up any product and it can tell you if it's a toxic product, a clean product, and it gives it a rating scale. I haven't looked in a while. I think it's like A to F or something like that as far as how toxic that product is. Now, this database is not complete because there's millions of products out there, but for your big ones, they're easy to look up because Think Dirty already has those in there. So if you want to know if you're using toxic products, download the app, it's free, and start looking. I think it's even got a UPC scanner, so you can just look at the label and it'll pull it up. So that's enough on avoiding toxins and how to stop the RE-TOX. So we're going to move into the next section. And the next section is what types of toxins exist and how do I test for them? So I kind of went through some of the types of toxins as far as air, water, food, but we're going to actually talk about the chemicals and things and what the categories of those are. So if you're interested in that, watch the next video.